So I'm an occupational therapist and I specialise in working with mental health, addictions, trauma, dreams and change. And I also support other therapists in their work. And I also work as an artist and I have a performance and multi-arts practice. Yeah, I suppose I was feeling a bit blocked in how to move forward and overwhelmed with where to go next, and just showing up and being accountable when I work for myself. And I work online mostly, so most of my therapy I do online, so feeling kind of quite isolated in what I was doing and knowing what to do next. Well, we talked about ideas around commitment, which has been an ongoing life thing for me, the avoidance of that. And I felt like a lot of that stuff around my business was resolved quite early on. And then I was able to kind of fall deeper and to kind of look at some more unexpected stuff around visibility and having quite an ambivalent relationship with money and how these things affected what I did and how I did things. I think just having awareness around that was helpful. And then having the support of you and the group to kind of meet my edge and kind of push that into stuff that was a little bit uncomfortable, but knowing that that was useful. So I think, yeah, just having that accountability was really helpful for me, and that those little nudges to try things out. I think I'm pretty up for trying new things, but when you're on your own, you kind of, well, I do. I can put them off and avoid them for a while, but I found that the support that the group gave allowed me to push through some of that, those blocks. Feels like my business has been kind of going up and down, and it hasn't been very stable or steady over time. When it's going well, I feel okay, but then I get this desperation, this kind of neediness and not trusting, I suppose, when it lulls more. So it allowed me to develop more trust and to we looked a lot into kind of marketing and developing what was meaningful for me and the way that I want to do that. Opening up without that kind of desperation feeling, just kind of allowing it to come, but also whilst doing the work. So like actually approaching people, how I follow up with people, just being more mindful about that, and but just making that offering and making it personal. I think I've really turned up for my art practice a lot more as well. So, you know, since I've been doing the program, I've also done a couple of new art projects and just spending more time. I don't know what I did before, but I just seem to be ticking more boxes along with my art as well as with my therapy practice, and just getting stuff done, turning up. For me, I think some of the one-on-ones were the most beneficial because that's really just focusing in on me. And then I found working through all of the resources was really helpful because it really made you kind of hone in and think about different things that are important. And it had a kind of a good balance between really businessy focused stuff and more personal stuff, and how they kind of intermesh and interweave. I mean, something that came up for me during the course was stuff around my ancestry and how, you know, for me that was kind of a blind spot before, and how that and my relationship with that influences me in certain ways. And I found that really, really helpful. actually got an art project idea that's come out of that as well.
Cool.
So yeah, it was that around is it really safe to be who I am? Yeah. So that was really helpful. Having that clarity around my purpose, which I hadn't really named and voiced before. Looking at how that can actually be in the world is much bigger than what I've created thus far. So I think it has definitely changed, not necessarily out in the world yet, but it's definitely changing how I feel like I need to work. And it's helping me get clarity around direction, about what's next. Where do I go from here? Yeah, I think it's deepened in a way. I think it was good to expose some of the shadow stuff that was kind of lurking around that I wasn't connected to. I feel more connected to that, which I think is really, really helpful because that stuff plays out in everything that you do. Also, something around responsibility has shifted and accepting more responsibility. This is what I've created as far as my business goes, and it is me, and I need to be responsible for that and what choices happen with that, responsible for all the choices that I make. I would say that if they feel like they resonate with you and what you offer, to just follow that feeling and trust that that's what they've called in, and you need to put time and energy in and be prepared to do that, and then anything is possible. And I saw like other people in the group that some of the shifts that I saw were kind of quite mind-blowing, so I found that really inspiring, that people were really having incredible life-changing experiences. Just want to thank you, and also all the other people who were in the group that I was in. It was really a supportive environment and very beautifully vulnerable as well, and you held the space really well for that to happen. And I think unless we can be vulnerable, we can't really change. We have to kind of find that space where we go, okay, this bit's not so good, we need to look at that and own that, and then we can work with it.